How's it going, YouTube? Just back with a little Bible study. I wanted to point out some prophecy and where we're at, what God has showed me. First things first, I wanted to get something clear. Satan has confused a lot of people who call themselves targeted individuals. I'm going to give you at least four descriptions of why someone can be targeted. For one, they've been anticipating the arrival of this end time army, right? The 144, which are being activated as we speak. I got hit with the spirit of the Most High God, and I started to see spiritual things, as I've shown in previous videos, in September of 2017, right around my birthday, when the great sign, the great wonder, the woman and the dragon of Revelation 12, with the moon under her feet, 12 stars above her head, and she was birthing pain, giving birth to this man child, right? Spiritually giving birth to a soldier that is going to lead this 144. He's going to be very strict. He's going to preach repentance. He's going to physically, this army is going to have, be very fit, very obedient to this leader. They're not going to break ranks. I think I've went over it in if you want to hear more about them, it's chapter 2 in the book of Joel. But I want to show you where we're at, where the USA is at right now. And I've learned this a long time ago. I don't know when I wrote it down, but I put Demonic Elites Fall, New World Order. I put that on top of the chapter, which is Isaiah 47. Well, let me get back to the target individuals. They've been practicing since the 50s and 60s, perfecting this demonic technology, whether it be the latest one to roll out, of course, is the 5G radiation. They use it to torment, to torture, to confuse the individual, so they never come to the realization of who they are in Christ. They don't want this army to be assembled. Everything Satan has known, he's been anticipating the 144, since probably the beginning. So up in the 40s and 50s, they infiltrated the CIA. They infiltrated everything with MK Ultra, everything, research Operation Paperclip, Operation Mockingbird. That's where they took over the media, and they have CIA operatives telling you what's going on in the news, but they switch it. The narrative of what down isn't what you really think. It's fake news. So that's why God's using Trump to expose all this. We're right in the middle. But anyway, I'm going to read a little bit and give you my interpretation with a little bit of, I'm going to break it down for you. You want to follow with me? It's Isaiah 47. And I'm going to give some commentary in the middle so you can understand how God has shown me, Come Babylon, unconquered one. Isn't the U.S., we probably haven't lost any wars from my knowledge, right? Unconquered one, right? That's the USA, Babylon. In Revelations, it's described as the daughter of Babylon because, there was Babylon back in the ancient times. We are the daughter of Babylon. He calls it a different name in different chapters because he's describing the state, the characteristic in that certain text. So Mystery Babylon, of course, it was a mystery geologically because it hadn't been established yet. So it was a mystery. John saw this, But right here it's saying, come Babylon. So this is what I call a dual prophecy. It happened once, and it's going to happen again. The template remains the same. That's when I say Isaiah 45 is the Donald Trump template. The man God used back there, King Cyrus, is doing the same thing that Donald Trump is doing now. God's spirit. He has put a spirit upon. He's put a spirit upon Donald Trump, and then he's gonna win again. I'm telling you. No one even needs to vote. It's gonna happen. God works in mysterious ways. His marvelous work is mysterious work, but he's not done yet. So we're right in the middle of it. Unconquered one. Sit in the dust. So right here, he's telling you sit in the dust. So now it's time for judgment, For your days of glory and pomp and honor have ended. Okay, the days of the demonic elite running, persecuting God's people, extortion at the highest levels. I can go on and on. The central bank owners. It's just everything has been Everything has been infiltrated and corrupted. And the child trafficking, the children sacrifice, everything, the adrenochrome, all that. So he's saying your time's come, Babylon, which is the USA. He's not talking about God's people, but he's talking about the rulers, the ones who run the USA, right? The demonic elite. O daughter of Babylonia. So now he's saying you're the one that came after the first Babylon. Never again will you be the lovely princess, tender and delicate. So, we're the apple of the world's eye, right? The USA, right? No, he says no longer. Take a heavy millstone and grind the corn. Remove your veil and strip off your robe. Expose yourself to the public. What's been happening since Donald Trump has been in office? He's been exposing everything, right? From the top of the ladder on down, right? He just gave a press conference yesterday about MS-13, that they were chopping up people with machetes, and he's taking them out. The FBI with Comey, struck Page, all that. He's showing everybody he has to let the people see, because if he just speaks it, they're not going to believe what has been happening. If you follow the Q posts, it's q.pub. He drops these, they call them crumbs, but it's a back channel that they use, the administration, to let you know what's really going on in the world. I would suggest it if I was, if you don't know nothing about it, go check it out. So right now he's saying, I'm going to show everything. This is the Most High speaking. I'm going to show everything y'all been doing. Expose yourself, right? So he's using Donald Trump to shed light on the demonic elite. So this is why I always say we're going into a transitional phase. We're going into a pivotal point, right? I keep giving you that he showed me before March of 2021. From now until then, keep your eyes open. Something drastic is going to happen. You will be naked and burdened with shame. So now you see all these politicians. I mean, they can't lie anymore. We know that it's fake news. We know what Joe Biden and his son have been doing by, extorting money with his son and Ukraine, how they give what they call foreign aid, and then they get kickbacks. We see it all now because Donald Trump has exposed it. Not Donald Trump the man, but the spirit that's leading Donald Trump. We're not to take glory when God uses an individual, because it's not the individual, it's the spirit inside. Okay. So he says, you will be naked and burdened with shame. I will take vengeance against you and will not negotiate. So he's saying he's coming down on these demonic elites, and he's not going to have sympathy. They're going to cry out to him, but he's not going to hearken unto them. It's going down. There's going to be indictments. So this is how he showed me. O Redeemer, whose name is the Lord Almighty, is the one of Israel. O daughter of Babylonia, sit now in darkness and be silent. So he's saying, shut your mouth. You've did your thing. You've tormented my people for what? Since 1776, the country was established. I believe it was infiltrated by the Illuminati coming out of Great Britain, and they infiltrated Freemasonry. Freemasonry, it started off as being, yes, a secret society. When the Illuminati, you can read this, you can look it up. When they infiltrated the Freemasonry back then, that's when it all, they corrupt everything that is good. They're in your churches, they're in the schools, they're everywhere. You can't. That's why I always tell you, this is a demonic system that you live in. The faster that you come to the realization that what I'm speaking of is true, you'll be able to digest it and say, you know what, it's happening. This is happening. This, it's all lies. You're going to be shocked for a couple of months, but then you're going to deny it at first. Then comes the shock, then comes the anger, and then comes the vengeance. You're going to hate everything that is evil. So here we go. Never again will you be known as the Queen of Kingdoms. So the USA is going down. He may reestablish it, but with God's people. That's why I always tell you a regime change is coming. For I was angry with my chosen people. I was angry with the Christians that lived in the US, and began their punishment by letting them fall into your hands. So because the country has went astray and we no longer practice the Judeo-Christian principles as the founding fathers implemented back then, we fell away from that. So he allowed Satan and his followers to punish us. That's why we've been stalked, we've been harassed, we've been we're not able to really flourish in this. Every time you try to do something or build something up, they tear it down, right? We're really not able to buy, sell, and trade if you really think about it. They try to keep you in poverty. They make you fall into financial ruin. They mess with your vehicles, break them so you put money into that. They do this, you lose your, I can go on and on and on. So that's what he's saying right here, right? I've let them fall into your hands, right? But you, Babylon, showed them no mercy. You have forced even the elderly to carry heavy burdens, just like my mother, what they do to my mother. He's saying, I allowed you to do this to my people. He always uses evil people to punish his own, right? This is happening again, like back in the day. He would use an evil invading army to punish Israel, to punish the northern kingdom, the southern kingdom. It's a dual prophecy. It's happening. What has been done shall be done again. There's nothing new under the sun. So this is happening right now. You thought you would reign forever as queen of the world. You did not care about my people or think about the consequences of your actions. They tormented us thinking that they were always going to do this to us and God was never going to act. They didn't think they were going to see God's vengeance in their lifetime. But they're wide awake. They know what's going on too. The demonic elite know a lot more than you think they know. Spiritually, they can see what's going on. They're at war right now. What we're seeing with our eyes is a manifestation of the spiritual war going on all around us. At times I go outside and I can feel it spiritually. And then I'll come across a huge accident or something. Like yesterday, I went grocery shopping and there was a 4-car pileup right in front of me. But as I went in the store, I could feel it when I came out that there must have been about 6 SAPD, 4 fire. They had the whole military road shut down. You are a pleasure crazy kingdom, living at ease and feeling secure. The USA is a pleasure. That's why you see all these commercials. They want you caught up in the things of the world so you don't focus on the things of God. That's what he's saying right here. Bragging as if you were the greatest in the world. Oh, the U.S., the politician, we're the greatest kingdom in the world, right? Here we go. You say I'm self-sufficient. Like lately you've been hearing that we've become energy sufficient, that we don't rely on the oil from Iran and from the Middle East anymore. You hear that a lot. So this is how God shows me everything. This is what I mean about lining up world events with Bible prophecy. And this is just one. I can go on and on and on. I can show you where the end time prophet is. I can show you where the 144 are. But right now we're focusing on the prediction of Babylon's fall. Isaiah 47, which is a dual prophecy happening right now. Okay? So here we go. You claim I will never be a widow or lose my children. Well, those two things will come upon you in a moment. So he's saying he's going to give them a cup of his torment, and their torment's going to come fast, Widowhood and the loss of your children. These calamities will come upon you despite your witchcraft and magic. The USA is full of witches and warlocks. Sorcery, dark arts, Eastern mysticism. Even yoga is tapping into that third eye they talk about. So he's saying you're full of demons. You're praising demons is what you're doing. They can't even give you a day and they can't predict a day and ahead. He claims this over and over. They're nothing. You felt secure in all your wickedness. No one sees me, you say. You said your wisdom and knowledge have caused you to turn away from and claim I am self-sufficient and not accountable to anyone. So disaster will overtake you suddenly and you won't be able to charm your way out of it. Calamity will fall upon you and you won't be able to buy your way out, with the bribes and stuff like that, right? Like when they go to jail, like Jeffrey Epstein back in Florida when he got off and they just gave him house arrest for a couple of days and let him out. And then he did it again in New York. That's how they would buy that. You're not going to be able to do this anymore. Just like his Ghislaine Maxwell just got. She ain't going to be able to buy her way. This is what he's telling you. Not just to her, but all of them. Talking about demonic elites and all their followers. From the bottom tier, from your neighbors, on up to Satan, which is the eye on top of the pyramid. That's what I'm talking about. That's what he's talking about here. Now check this out. So he says, a catastrophe will arise so fast that you won't even know what hit you. Call out your demon hordes you have worshipped all these years. Ask them to help you and strike terror into the hearts of the people again. You have more than enough advisors, astrologers, and stargazers. Let them stand up and save you from what the future holds. And it continues on, but I just wanted to give you an example of how I line up, how God allows me to line up Bible prophecy with, world events. But anyways, I'll probably do another one. Let me know what you think. Stay kingdom minded.